Hello viewers, this is Kaustubh and welcome to Unveiling. आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे on the topic of moral decision making skills made by the characters in Ramayana. So why did I choose Ramayana? रामायण एक एकदम एपिक कथा है, लाइक पूरा एक मसाला भरा हुआ है और बहुत सारा क्रिटिकल सिचुएशंस है और based on the character's upbringing and the environment, the atmosphere and the mental state, the characters took few decisions. Or how did the decision impact the story? So वो एक interesting fact लगा मुझे in Ramayana. So I have a little bit knowledge about Ramayana. So I want to talk about Ramayana. And I like the concept of Ramayana. That let me explain it in the further sessions. That बहुत सारा critical moments है where the character uh, takes a decision and the impact is seen. For example, Kaiki asked Dasratha to to send Ram for Vanvas. So Kaikeyi को भी राम पसंद है, लेकिन she took a decision. So ऐसा देखा जाए तो minute things है, minute situations है where a character takes a decision and मुझे वो पर्सपेक्टिव बहुत पसंद है कि हाउ डिड द कैरेक्टर कंक्लूड टू a decision, let's make this right and this wrong. So I like that point because we live in a society where a new generation people admire Thanos in Infinity War in Marvel uh, due to his intentions, but his way is wrong. But the intentions were right according to few people, and people also like Joker, and that made me interesting. Like they both are antagonists in the story. So why people always root uh, Joker and Thanos? So that made me interesting, and it questioned me a lot. Like why or how do people choose some decisions and how? सो रामायण में भी बहुत सारा सिचुएशंस है, है बहुत सारा क्रिटिकल मोमेंट्स है दैट मेड द स्टोरी एपिक, क्योंकि रामायण तो त्रेता युग काल का था. त्रेता युग वाज द सेकंड युग, लाइक सतयुग, त्रेता युग, द्वापर युग, अभी कलयुग. तो रामायण त्रेता युग का था एंड वी टॉक अबाउट रामायण स्टिल इन कलयुग, मतलब बीच में द्वापर युग आके चला गया, फिर भी वी आर स्टिल टॉकिंग अबाउट रामायण. वी आर प्रेजिंग राम, वी आर प्रेइंग ऑल्सो. इतने सारे लोग तो ब्लाइंडली फॉलो नहीं करते रहेंगे ना. सो देर आर फ्यू पीपल दैट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज रामायण एंड why are we praising and seeing Ram as a Lord Ram. So that made me also interesting part that I want to dig in. So ये पॉडकास्ट थोड़ा अनस्क्रिप्टेड रहेगा बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू filter my thoughts and एक पेपर में लिख के आई डोंट वांट दिस टू बी एन वीडियो ऐसे और एन ऑडियो ऐसे. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू टॉक अबाउट रामायण. थोड़ा अनफिल्टर्ड रहेगा, थोड़ा फ्यू कॉन्सेप्ट्स विच आई लाइक, विच यू मे डिसएग्री, बट आई वांट टू कीप इट एज रियल. सो लेट्स बिगिन. सो अगर रामायण की बात करें, सो वो स्टार्ट किधर होगा? आई मीन व्हाई रामायण इज इम्पोर्टेंट? To my understanding, it is because the after effects of Parshuram in the before avatar of Vishnu. परशुराम का रोल क्या था? He acted like a pesticides. All the corrupted kings, all the corrupted rulers who are not following the law and who are misbehaving or the antagonist of the world, he eliminated each one by one by one. So आफ्टर एलिमिनेटिंग मोस्ट ऑफ द करप्टेड किंग्स, उनका रोल खत्म हो गया और वो ध्यान में चले गए. सो परशुराम का रोल, ही इज अ पेस्टिसाइड्स टू किल ऑल द करप्टेड किंग्स. सो अभी बुरे लोग तो नहीं है, बट सिर्फ लोग है, उनको अच्छा कैसे बनाया, लाइक हाउ टू शो द पीपल द राइट वे, द राइट path. So there emerged a concept of Ram. So Ram is righteous and he's good. So people need one idol to follow, or people need someone to follow what is right and what is wrong. People need to know about what is good and what is bad. So I think Ram's avatar is to show people what is good and what is bad. Not bad, but what is good and how should we support good and how should we stand for good and beat the bad. And मेरे हिसाब से राम का अवतार उसके लिए. सो ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. रामायण. रामायण मतलब फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग इफ यू गो, वो आएगा दशरथ से, क्योंकि दशरथ तो राम का पापा है. सो दशरथ से आएगा. सो दशरथ का, हाँ. सो लेट्स सी द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ दशरथ. अभी दशरथ का रोल क्या है इन रामायण, और द कैरेक्टर और द बिहेवियर ऑफ दशरथ इज, वो प्रोमिस देते हैं. लाइक आई एम कंक्लूडिंग द characteristics of Dasharath or any other characters in the Ramayana based on the little bit data I know or I received or I learned from. That is through my parents' narration, or the storybooks I read, or the YouTube I heard. So based on this, I am concluding the points. So Dasharath का characteristics is, वो promises देता था बहुत. Like he used to grant promises to anyone. Like चलो, I तू मुझे पसंद आ गया, so I'll ask anything and I will make sure it happens. So दशरथ का ये था. और दशरथ is also a righteous king, and he used to take care of Ayodhya's people very calm, peacefully, and very. Uh, he's a good king actually. But उनको भी एक था कि he loves respect a lot. So if we talk about respect, respect is something what others give us. I mean, it's also a reaction to what we express, but respect is what others give. So Dashrath and the whole clan, like अभी दशरथ को बोला तो उनका ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर आएगा, हरिश्चंद्र, राजा हरिश्चंद्र. सो राजा हरिश्चंद्र, दशरथ और श्री राम, और इनका ब्लड लाइन पूरा, दे आर lovers of respect. If you take an example for Ram, when Dasharath asked Ram to leave Ayodhya and to be in exile for 14 years, he accepted. वो किसके लिए? The first thing, he respected father's request. So मुझे एक डाउट आया था कि if what if Ram denies the request and be a great king in Ayodhya? So problem ही नहीं होता था. Like being a good ruler in Ayodhya. So लोग तो बहुत मानते थे राम को कि people want Ram to be the king. So king मतलब the one who rules. So people want him to rule them. So कुछ क्वालिटी तो हुआ रहेगा राम का. So that made people choose him as a king. So when people loved Ram to be the king, but and Dasharath asked Ram to वनवास के लिए जाने के लिए कहा, Ram accepted. So why did he accept? Being a good king, he should be in the kingdom ruling people. लेकिन he took a decision that no, I should respect father's request and I should accept वनवास. इससे पता चला है कि राम का भी एक प्रायोरिटी है, रेस्पेक्ट का एक ट्रायंगल स्केल है, वेयर पेरेंट्स कम फर्स्ट, मतलब पेरेंट्स आर प्राइमरी एंड द पीपल ऑफ अयोध्या और अदर आर सेकेंडरी. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी राम, अगर किसी से भी पूछे कि राम तुझे पसंद क्यों है, सो वो लोग बोलेंगे राम रेस्पेक्टेड एवरीवन इक्वली. बट आई डिसएग्री द फैक्ट बिकॉज यू कैन satisfy everyone. सो प्रायोरिटी होना चाहिए. सो राम्स प्रायोरिटी वॉज फैमिली, फैमिली फर्स्ट एंड द पीपल सेकेंडरी. हाँ. सो डिसीजन, वेयर वाज आई, कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ है? हाँ, डिसीजन रेस्पेक्ट. हाँ. सो अगर रामायण के बारे में बात करें, सो आई सी रामायण एज एन story of a respect or story of a decision, like son respecting his father's request, uh, a king respecting his queen's request. like कैकेयी के पूछने के बाद ही दशरथ agreed to the request and asked Ram to go for वनवास. so एक किंग एक क्वीन के का रेस्पेक्ट. एंड अभी ब्रदर्स रेस्पेक्ट, लाइक लक्ष्मण भी बैठ सकता था, लाइक अयोध्या में बैठ सकता था, बट ही रेस्पेक्टेड राम एंड ही लव्ड राम एंड ही वांट टू बी विथ राम. So he acted as an protection layer to Ram and a savior or a helper. So a brother's respect. And if you take about Ravan, Ravan is an interesting character. He is a bad character, but it's also an interesting one. Like Ravan wants everything perfect or everything which is important or peculiar or interesting. He wants it. So he respect सब्जेक्ट, लाइक ही रिस्पेक्ट्स अ थिंग a lot. लाइक उसको एक लंका चाहिए था, विच इज लंका इज अ गोल्डन पैलेस, गोल्डन प्लेस, एंड देयर इज नो अदर थिंग लाइक a golden lanka. So he wanted it, he respected that I want that place and I want root to rule the place. So he respected and conquered lanka. And when we talk about Sita, Ravan's Sita is a beautiful woman. He's a Miss Universe, like a Miss World, kind of. So Ravan wants it. Ravan respects the beauty of Sita and wanted the best thing in the world with him. So he respected that. So Ravan का respect हुआ था. So he took Sita with him, and Ram respected Sita's comfort. Like Sita is uncomfortable in Ashok Vatika, and Ram wants to give the freedom or the comfort to Sita. So as Sita is comfortable with Ram, so he wanted Sita to be with her, and the second part is Ram is a husband. So अगर किसी ने एक बीवी के साथ ऐसा किया तो पति होने के नाते करना पड़ेगा ये. सो वो एक रेस्पेक्ट टू वुमेन्स फ्रीडम. सो एट द लास्ट ऑल्सो व्हेन a fisherman in Ayodhya asked Ram to conduct a test, that Agni Pariksha to Sita. Ram accepted because he respected the fisherman, being a low level uh, citizen in the Ayodhya. He still respected the fisherman and accepted to take the test and asked Sita to take Agni Pariksha. And also, Sita respected Ram's request. So it's all about respect. पूरा respect, इज्जत, पूरा रामायण इसके बारे में ही है, according to me. This is how I see. If you talk about Ramayana from start, let's talk about Dasharath. दशरथ एक अयोध्या का राजा था. उनका ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर राजा हरिश्चंद्र है. सो एंड द प्रॉब्लम फेसिंग बाय दशरथ वाज, उनको बेटा नहीं है. लाइक The bloodline has paused for a while. He want to continue, but beta nahi aa raha hai. Like so, he I think he married Kausalya, but there are still no results. He married Sumitra, but there are no results. He married Kaikeyi, still no results. So based on the data, I concluded, matlab, I came at the output that I think there is some fault, there is some problem with Dasharatha himself. Some anything like the quality of the sperms or any fertile problem. I think Dasharatha has it, but he's not ready to accept the fault as a king. If he accept and announce or announce the people that I have a fault, so I'm not able to reproduce, or I'm not able to give a new bloodline. I'm not able to continue. लोग उनको कैसे देखेंगे? Like he respected what people gives. So I mean, he loves respect a lot, right? So he is in a dilemma that not dilemma. He has some inferiority complex. I think I don't know the actual meaning of inferiority complex, but let's say Dashrath has some inferiority complex about accepting his own fault because of the people's respect. Like लोग कैसे देखेंगे अगर उनके राजा को अगर प्रॉब्लम है, so the level of the image will be reduced, like the image of the Dashrath will be distorted. So दशरथ ने पहले कौशल्या से शादी किया, स्टिल नो सन. सुमित्रा से शादी किया, स्टिल नो सन. कैकेयी से शादी किया, स्टिल नो सन. And if you talk about Kaikeyi, it's a different story. And let's discuss about Kaikeyi and the decision of her and further sessions. So अभी बेटा तो नहीं है, अभी क्या करे? Like and Dasharath wants his own bloodline to rule, and Dasharath is not allowing other king to rule the place, and he wants his son to rule. So अभी क्या करे? He has two options. The first option is adoption, and the second option is artificial fertilization. The second one. So first option, he didn't choose adoption because he wanted his own bloodline to continue. So इधर एक self respect एक आएगा, और self respect, not self respect, hierarchy or monarchy type. Like Dashrath wants his own bloodline to rule, not giving opportunity to other new being or the new king for Ayodhya. So एक conclusion है point. And हाँ, he didn't choose the first option, which is adoption, and second one is artificial fertilization. So he performed a yagna called putra kameshti yagam. So putra kameshti yagam से क्या मिला? उनके पास एक दो वेसल मिला. So दो वेसल में से first vessel shows uh, it means when a mother chooses this kheer or payasam, he will give birth to a son who is righteous, who is kind, who is good. And the other vessel, which is other payasam, that results to a birth of a courageous king, a skillful king, a Shaurya one. So first one is dharma and second one is Shaurya. So when given option to these three mothers, uh, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, Kausalya took the first one, which is righteous, kind, and good one. So that gave birth to Ram. Kaikeyi took the second part, the courageous, and that gave birth to Bharat. अभी Sumitra played little bit played intelligently and mixed the both vessels and consumed it, which gave birth to Lakshmana and Shatrugna. So if you take the decision also, if you take the process, as Kaushalya already took the first payasam or the first key, uh, अभी Kaikeyi, she wanted something new because एक तो चला गया, like kind and good one is with Kausalya. Why should I choose the same thing again? Repeat the same fact again. So I think she chose the second one because Kaushalya chose the first one. So a want of a want of a new taste or a new flavor. So not, I mean, I am using this as a metaphor. Flavor means a behavior of his son. So first behavior is kind and good. So second behavior is also kind and good means a conflict of interest तो आएगा, like दोनों में से choose किसको करे. So I think Kaikeyi chose the second part because Kausalya chose the first one. So Sumitra was in dilemma. अभी क्या करे, अभी तो good आ गया, अभी bravery भी आ गया, अभी I left with no choice, like दो ही ऑप्शन है और तीन लोग हैं. So both took both choose differently and एक ऑप्शन बचा, क्या करो अभी. So she thought for a while and she came up with a solution that uh, कौशल्य का बेटा तो गुड है, कैकेयी के बेटा करेज है. सो व्हाई नॉट मिक्स द बोथ, क्योंकि रूल्स में तो लिखा नहीं है कि वन मदर शुड चूज ओनली वन पोर्शन. सो आई थिंक सुमित्रा प्लेड लिटिल बिट डिफरेंटली द गेम and mixed both payasam and consumed it, that gave birth to Lakshman and Shatrugna. So, so this point also I like the most. Like two options, there are three people, and the third one chose the right one. According to me, game of choosing the payasam, Sumitra won the match. So according to me, because she played something little bit different. So अभी क्या करें, हाँ, it's a kind of अभी क्या, if you break down this scene, Putrakameshyaga is an artificial fertilization operation. So the payasam of one thing, like the kind and the good one, and bravery one. It's like अभी का कलयुग का generation, this generation, the mothers has an option to ask the doctor that my son must show the quality of a cricketer, must show a quality of an artist. So एक ऑप्शन है, मिल रहा है अभी, like varies option of varies kind. Mothers can choose from the uh, sperm donor or a sperm place something. So I think this is all the same thing. The payasam and the two payasam resembles to a good man's sperm and a courage man's sperms. So there are some parallels if we draw, like Treta Yuga and Kali Yuga. So it's a bit of interesting part that I noticed. So अभी तक तो इतना हो गया. So there are Kausalya gave birth to Ram, Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharat, and Sumitra gave birth to Lakshman and Shatrugna. So I'm not going factually like Lakshman was Vishnu's Shesh Nag. So I'm not going in that factor, but I'm going in the different factor that the decision making of each characters, like what did they do. And due to Kausalya took the first pasam, which is kind and good, Ram has the quality of being good, kind, and giving respect to others. So, if we conclude this given data, if we conclude the given data, Ram has not given any opportunity to choose to being good. Ram is good because Kausalya took the first vessel, but Dasarath chose to be good. So that gives a little bit uh, maturity that Dasharath has two options to being corrupted and being good. But Dasharath chose to be good, but Ram didn't had any option at all. So at the beginning, at the initial stage itself, Ram is good because of uh, the Kausalya took the first vessel. So एक option है कि Ram didn't choose to be good. Ram is good itself. So वो एक है. And the most interesting fact, or the most interesting point I noticed in the Ramayana is, if we take Ramayana as a story, a movie, a cinema, uh, there is a concept called character arcs. So character arc is a, a hero's initial character is must be different at the end one. So एक arc दिखता है. Like for example, if you take any character, Lakshman character for example, Lakshman का character क्या था? The first he gets angry a lot. मतलब जल्दी से क्रोध आता था. So at the end he understood when we should show the anger during the process of Ramayana and the war. He learned from Ram that क्रोध जरूरत है, लेकिन कब दिखाना है, कैसे दिखाना है, वो उसने सीखा. So he understood and he tried to be calm at the given situation, at the given condition. So Lakshman का एक character arc है. Before he was angry and now he is calm. And if we talk about Ravan, uh, first he wants the best thing and he will do anything for the best thing. But at the end he understood that मुझे बेस्ट तो चाहिए, बट वी शुड चूज द राइट वे, लेस डिस्ट्रक्टिव वे, टू चूज द राइट पाथ, टू चूज द राइट थिंग, or the desired thing, we should choose the less destructive path. So Ravan understood that. So there's a character arc. And the most interesting fact that Ram has no character arc in the entire Ramayana. Like he was good, he is good, and he will be good. So there are no character arc in the Ramayana of Ram. So एक interesting part था, and that made me to dig or to dive into the rabbit hole of Ramayana and explore the part of this concept of decision making, like, and the character arc part. So the first session concludes here that, or we have interesting facts, or let's dig into part. So cool. Thank you.